Now, several reports indicate that Lagos State is facing a severe environmental concern due to the high volume of plastic not properly dispensed, mainly from single-use plastic SUPs, such as PET bottles and sachet water containers. Now, due to their non-biodegradable nature, these materials pose health dangers, clog drainage systems, and pollute the environment. In an attempt to solve these problems, the government decided to outlaw SUPs beginning in January 2025, although this could present financial and practical difficulties for locals and companies. Confirming the ban at a stakeholders workshop in Lagos, the Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, explained that the ban set to commence from January 2025 is part of measures by the state government to put in place policy guidelines for plastic utility in further ensuring a sustainable management of plastic waste, healthy and safe environment. Now, joining us to discuss this is Joshua Padonu, Secretary Guide of Water Purifiers and Researchers of Nigeria, GOWPARN. Thank you so much for joining us, Joshua.
Thank you very much.
It's an absolute pleasure. Now, Joshua, many Nigerians, particularly those in Lagos, were unaware of this prohibition until last week. Some people are just finding out today. So tell us, how long have you known that this will be happening?
Okay, thank you. The first time we have the knowledge of this was when we had a meeting. We had our meeting, our association meeting 2 weekends ago. So the president of the association broke the news to us. And from there, we started making discussion on the next step to take if the ban is actually going to be effected. So it was basically 2 weeks ago.
Right. And as soon as that news went viral, the first thought that entered your mind was how these businesses will handle it and how it would affect your daily operations, isn't it?
Of course. Exactly. That is what really giving us a concern. Because we look at it, the nylon supply production chain from the people that are producing nylon, that is the plain nylon for us, the major material they use are polythene. And this polythene, as I speak, they are imported. And you know what it means when you are importing such material from foreign countries. Already we are having a challenge. The price of white nylon is skyrocketed already. So what comes to mind is how are we going to get this material? Because the company producing this material too, they are in business to make profit. So they will also be looking at if this ban is effected, how is it going to affect them? Nobody will want to import materials that at the end of the day, it will not be useful. So what is they come to our mind is, if these people, if we don't have enough material, it will surely affect our operations. It will affect our operations.
Right. And now that we are aware of this, what changes, if any, will you be making prior to the ban going into force?
Yes. As the secretary of the association, and I'm also the secretary of the manufacturing group of ASBON, Association of Small Business Owners of Nigeria. We've been engaging our research fellows in other sectors as to look at what is the next thing we need to do. And from the few discussions we have, we look at the alternative. What is the alternative? And what are the alternatives available for sachet water and PET bottles water? So we are able to discover about 4 alternatives. That is ceramic, glass, stainless, and biodegradable plastics. So now we are looking at the possibility of making recommendation to the government as to the alternative that will be environmental friendly and we have cost effective.
Okay, I would also like to know, what difficulties do you envisage in terms of money, customer acceptance, operational adjustments in the move away from the PET bottles and sachet dispensing water?
Yes, as I said earlier, we have to consider the alternative. And as I've listed the alternative, the alternative that we think is visible is the biodegradable plastics. And if you consider that, putting our situation into consideration in terms of sourcing materials to get that done is going to involve a whole lot of money. And presently, the producers are having challenge in terms of getting money for production, raising money, loan from the banks, and money from anywhere that will make our operation to run smoothly. So definitely we have challenge, but as I said, we are going to make recommendation to the government to look into it. Number one, the government has to give us enough time, at least minimum of 2 years, so that we can engage the government as to the best alternative to apply to this change.
All right. Thank you so much, Joshua Padonu, for joining us and sharing what the plans are. Thank you.
Thank you very much.